Place boat.
Yeah, the second place boat, but you know what? I bet he's pretty pleased with that run. In fourth, in the lane 4, and one more lap, 2 more laps, you might have caught that guy.
Yeah, no, we got stuck on the long way around the race course. We wanted our sponsor, Graham Trucking, to get a good view of it. No, we got to go back and rethink our strategy a little bit and get the inside, but, you know, we did what we needed to do. We came away with the second place. U5 boat is a extremely fast boat. It showed from the outside. Yeah, another lap or so, we probably could have caught Cal in that 27 boat.
You see, it's all strategy, and Chip can talk about he cut across the infield there at the beginning. Just didn't make it in time. Chip, you can talk to that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've pulled it off, and I've had it pull on me. The guy you were talking to there is one of the most gifted race drivers I've ever seen. I'm really excited to hear from Cal because he's grew up in Detroit. Oh, there's Cal right there. Maybe Alexis can grab him.
She's going to grab him as soon as he steps off the boat, I'm sure. Alexis is standing there on the pier and surrounded by members of the Dalton race team. And he's talking to Nate Brown, who has been in both those jobs, running the team, running a crew, as well as sitting in the controls. At the controls. Here's Alexis on the finger pier.
Okay, seriously, we just pulled him off the boat here. Congratulations on a great run, Cal. You've got about 40 people applauding you as you come off the boat. How are you feeling after that run?
Well, makes about 40 people make this thing go fast, so I'm glad they're applauding me because I applaud each and every one of them. I had about 6 minutes to do my job. They had all day and night. They worked really hard. Got this Dalton Industry, Wiggins Racing. Green Dot Subs is with us 2 weekends in a row. I think it's a lucky green, so we're going to take it. It was a great heat. I knew I had to make a good start because it was so tough with Jimmy King and, of course, J. Michael Kelly. But it kind of forced me to make a good start. This boat answered the call. I did nothing but go for a ride.
All right, congratulations. I'm not sure if you're aware, there's a giant Cal head right behind you. Okay, there we go.
Wow.
Yeah, we're in a fun mood down here, Steve. Can you tell?
I can tell.
That's going to give me nightmares.
I want to see, very good, very nice. I want to see one of those of Chip here one of these days. Just the most frightening sight. Here are the results, unofficial as they are, in Heat 2B of the Albert Lee Appliance Seafair Cup. The Dalton Industries boat with Cal Phipps at the controls winning this one. There are the rest: Graham Trucking, Home Street Bank, Les Schwab Team, Red Dot, Boitano Homes, and Miss DiGiulio. Those your results. Heat 2B brought to you by Albert Lee Appliance.
Heat 2B of the Albert Lee Appliance Seafair Cup is presented by Mila and is presented for Seafair by Fox Plumbing and Heating.
The fastest lap, the Geico fastest lap, goes to Cal Phipps. He was running away from everybody in that Dalton Industries boat. And that's the fastest lap for Heat 2B. And congratulations to Cal and the Dalton Industries U27. There's your photo finish, presented by Muckleshoot Casino, the biggest and best in the Northwest.
So some great racing here just on the shores of Lake Washington. Meantime, those folks are enjoying their little vacation moment as the sun continues to poke through. They're going to be looking up to the skies here shortly. The Breitling jet team from France is going to be overhead shortly. Oh, we've got so much more for you. Stand by from the shores of Lake Washington.
You're watching the 2015 Albert Lee Appliance Seafair Cup, presented by Ford of Kirkland, your official dealer of Seafair on Cairo 7.
Go beast mode on your plumbing problems.
Here's the problem right here. What's next?
I think we're gonna have to take the whole toilet out.
Got it. What's next? You all good here?
So go beast mode and
Hey, wait. Stop freaking. Call Beacon.
While some look the world over for the right car, there is one dealer in the Northwest with the absolute best deals and an inventory so large it can be seen from space.
We order the largest inventory so our customers have the best selection.
And our low prices and great service have kept us #1.
Right now, you can get a brand new all-wheel drive Genesis starting at $32,975. Call or visit us today at HyundaiofKirkland.com.
Let's go. Low, Serena. Fight. Stay low. Come on, fight. Gotta stay low. Fight.
It took Serena Williams years to master the two-handed backhand.
Let's go.
But only one shot to master the Chase mobile app. Technology designed for you. so you can easily master the way you bank.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is people like options. I mean, you take Geico. You can call them anytime you feel like saving money. It don't matter, day or night. Use your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, whatever. The point is, you have options. Ah, how convenient. Oi, crab cakes. What are you looking at?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Beacon Plumbing is all about the community, from the hydroplanes
And Miss Beacon Plumbing wins the
to helping feed the community and employing the community. From everyone at Beacon Plumbing, thank you, Seattle.
Hey, wait. Stop freaking. Call Beacon.
Now you can find Seafair anywhere, live streaming at CairoTV.com as we have a beautiful, beautiful day out here on Lake Washington at the Log Boom. Everyone enjoying a day with a lot of sunshine coming through some filtered high clouds right now. And out on the lake itself, we're going to be gearing up for more live racing action later on this afternoon. But for at least the next few minutes, in fact, for the next hour or so, we're going to have a lot of eyes to the sky as we have the Boeing Seafair Air Show taking everyone's attention, and everyone's going to be really excited. I got a sneak peek at this yesterday, and it's really going to be something with two jet teams, not only the Breitling jet team from France, their North American debut, but of course, the Blue Angels. Have a little weather to do right now. We want to give you an update on what's happening around Western Washington right now. We do have a few what we call high-based showers. Mainly we're talking about sprinkles. The cloud base is right now between 15, 22,000 feet, depending on where we're looking at the actual ceiling of the cloud cover. So any of this that you're seeing on the Cairo 7 Pinpoint Storm Tracker is evaporating before it reaches the ground here on Lake Washington. It's 77 degrees at Boeing Field and also at SeaTac Airport this noon. The winds, well, they've been out of the west and northwest anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour through the morning hours. And as Chip Hanauer was telling me just a little bit ago as we were on our live coverage earlier, if the wind gets above 10 miles an hour, that does add an added dimension to the wind forecast. Now we're looking at the winds later on today, again, anywhere from 5 to 15 miles an hour. High temperature of 90 degrees. Despite the early morning cloud cover, the fact that sun is coming in is going to give us the opportunity to get these temperatures to really warm up. Now, for the Boeing Air Show, we're looking at some fairly light winds. That's good news. The pilots ought to have a fairly smooth ride. The Blue Angels are going to be doing their high show today. There is no impediment. They need a ceiling of 8,000 feet, and we have those cloud ceilings, the cloud deck, if you will, as you go outside and see those high clouds up above 15,000 feet. So back here on Lake Washington, we're looking at beautiful weather during the morning hours, and heading into the afternoon, it's really going to be heating up. Now, it's time to get a check of things along the Seafair Log Boom. That's where all the action is a lot of times on a Sunday as the air show's about to heat up. Boats have lined up to catch the races. Cairo 7's Gary Horker is right there with them. As always, a fun place to be, Gary.
Oh, you bet. This is absolutely the place to be. I'm aboard the Island Caper. It's a 3-level boat. Y'all having fun here? You know, in addition to the famous, there you go, in addition to all the beverages they've got, you've got food here. And check out the oysters that Perk Perkins is doing here. Hey, Perk, tell me what's up with these oysters.
Hey, these oysters are Sandwich Bay oysters. And what we do to cook them is we got a double broiler here. We're going to bring this thing up to boil. We're going to drop these babies in there. The boil goes away. We cover it up. When the boil comes back to a full boil, we pull it out. Then we shuck it back in.
Yeah, we lost Gary Horker out there at the Log Boom. We'll come back to him. A lot of excitement out there on the Log Boom, of course, and a lot of folks getting a suntan today. That sunscreen is going to be in high demand. The UV index 6 to 8 today, and that means that you could have a sunburn in not much time at all. Gary's back with us. Go ahead and pick it up from there, Gary.
All right, so we just visited with Perk.
You never know. Live TV, Gary Horker out there on the log boom every time someone sneezes, sometimes that shot goes out. Tell you what, right now we have Sean Tucker in the Oracle plane. This is the Oracle Challenger 3 up there in the sky. Now, I had the opportunity about 4 years ago to fly with Sean Tucker. It was one of the most amazing rides I've ever had in an airplane over Lake Washington. Now, this is the Oracle Challenger 3. It's a custom-built plane with, it's a little different. It's more maneuverable because it has 8 ailerons, which means 8 flight surfaces instead of just 4. But this aircraft, just a little over 1,000 pounds, but can reach 300 miles an hour. That is a light and fast plane. Now, Sean Tucker, of course, is no stranger to these parts, as we see him right there in the cockpit from the onboard mounted camera on the Oracle Challenger 3. He has been recognized as a living legend of flight by the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. More than 1,000 performances at nearly 500 air shows, and he's performed in front of nearly 125 million people. Of course, tens of thousands here on Lake Washington as he goes into that high pitch up and then a roll, and he'll reach this maximum altitude and he will continue to be pitched up. And I did this maneuver with Sean, and then eventually as he runs out as a hammerhead right back down, and it's amazing being on board that plane. You feel like you're on a leaf fluttering, and it's loud too, with the smoke right above the log boom and right above the folks here at Lake Washington. He's part of an elite group of aviators. General Chuck Yeager, of course, the first man to break the sound barrier. Bob Hoover, Gene Cernan, an astronaut, and of course, John Glenn. He is one of those elite aviators in the living legends of flight at the National Air and Space Museum. Now, Sean Tucker, of course, is also involved in the aviation community. He's a household name within the aviation community, of course, with his Team Oracle that travels all across the country every single year. Let's listen in right now as Sean Tucker is inverted in flight above Lake Washington.
Thanks, Sean. Right, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think so far of my father?
And just a great show right there. The Sky Dance, he calls it. That Sean Tucker has been flying aerobatics since 1976 with the Oracle team. And of course, the Oracle team newer than that. He's been flying since 1976. And the Oracle Challenger 3 performs a lot of different one-of-a-kind and precision maneuvers. Even one called the alley-oop. More than 9 positive G forces, more than 9 negative Gs. Tucker pulls right there. When I flew with him a few years ago, I don't think we pulled quite that much. I'd be glued to my seat, as he is right now going up and around on Lake Washington. Just a great day for flying with a cloud deck up above about 3 miles. So no impediments, even though you see those high clouds there. These planes can get high in the sky. And so will the Blue Angels later on today. They're going to be performing their high show, which is their full show. No restrictions on their flight at all during the day today. There's one called the double hammerhead that Sean Tucker does. And I think this is what we did a few years ago. It begins with a vertical climb, and then at the top, just sort of sits in the air and will actually come back down, almost backwards. In fact, you actually come through the smoke. You know you're falling backwards in an aircraft. It's one of the most amazing experiences. Tell you what, do we have Sean Tucker there in the cockpit? Do we have his audio? I'll tell you what, as Sean Tucker continues to wow the crowd, we've reestablished Gary Horker there at the log boom. Let's go to Gary right now. Hear the laughing. Go ahead, Gary.
Is there a better place to be in the whole world?
Never, never. Every year we come out here, support the Seafair thing, and it's a great thing.
So you said the aviation would take you to the other countries?
Yeah, so through Indonesia, Australia, Singapore, Hong Kong, the U.S., then even into Iceland Air, we got them on board.
Really? So it's like the United Nations on this boat.
And so every year we put on a party for our customers worldwide, and it's a great thing. So, and the Seafair does a good job.
What if for the people who've never seen it before, what do they tell you?
Great time, great party, live band. The only thing out on this boom has got a live band. It's a great time.
And relief,
and great food.
Relief from the heat is right below deck, right?
Oh yeah. Now you rent a yacht. Most of the time you can't dive off, but we've got everybody. You can jump off the boat, get in the water, get a nice refreshing splash. Beautiful.
That is the place to be today. That is the place to be right there on the log boom as Sean Tucker takes his Oracle Challenger 3 right above all of those boats, just not that far off the deck. He likes to give a really good show. Sean Tucker's one of the more enthusiastic pilots I have ever met in my life, as I flew with him a few years ago. He loves what he does, but this isn't just a thrill ride. It's something that he has to plan meticulously for because, as he explained to me, the weather, of course, means everything. And when you're flying this fast or this slow, this close to the surface, you have to know exactly what the weather is doing. And the weather right now, perfectly calm. But even the fact that it's pushing 80 degrees as opposed to a 65-degree day, it's amazing the amount of different stress that would put on an aircraft if the temperature were cooler. And he has to actually pull up on the reins, pull up on the yoke even earlier when the temperatures are hotter, because the air is less dense, so he's able to cut through the air and still get close enough to the ground to maintain a level of safety. He's doing great right there. Just a great show over Lake Washington. Coming up here in just a few minutes on the Boeing Seafair Air Show, the Breitling Jet team. They are in from France, and this is their North American debut tour. They've been crisscrossing the country. They'll give us an incredible show, and we'll have that live coming up right here on Cairo 7's all-day Seafair coverage at CairoTV.com as well.
You're watching the 2015 Albert Lee Appliance Seafair Cup, presented by Ford of Kirkland, your official dealer of Seafair on Cairo 7.
A great value always makes you feel good. Arco meets top-tier quality standards, but at a better price. Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
When you have big plumbing problems, call day or night.
Lynch, we've got another one. Repeat customer.
I'm on my way.
Call Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical for 24/7 same-day service.
Oh, thank you so much. Come on in.
Look at this mess you done made.
Thank you, Beast. Oh, this is amazing.
For all your plumbing, heating, sewer, and electrical needs 24/7, call Sienna's winning team and go beast mode on your plumbing problem.
Hey, wait. Stop freaking. Call Beacon.
Tacoma, Seattle, and Everett want to remind you to please find and fix dripping water fixtures. For more tips, you can visit savingwater.org.
Can you go to the other room? It's gonna be pancakes.
With top doctors and collaboration with some of the region's best hospitals, we're ready for anything. Group Health.
Put to work a new Sani 135 30,000-pound excavator with blade, thumb, 3-year warranty for under $100,000. Save 40%. Plus get 0 down, 72-month financing, Kitsap, tractor and equipment. Why pay more?
It's hard to pass up a great value. Arco meets top-tier quality standards, but at a better price. Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
Live from Lake Washington, the Boeing Seafair Air Show, featuring the Breitling Jet Team, presented by Albert Lee Appliance.
I'm meteorologist Morgan Palmer back here at Lake Washington. Beautiful Seafair Sunday. We do this every year, but this is going to be in the top 5 hottest seafairs on record. We were at 89 last year. It looks like we'll top out at 90 this year with some high clouds filtering the sunshine. But still, a lot of folks. It's going to be a bit roasting later on this afternoon on the shores of Lake Washington at the Stan Sayers Pits. And of course, we do have the Albert Lee Cup later on this afternoon. You'll see that live here on Cairo 7. Of course, we've been playing the early heats, and also the Blue Angels are going to be queuing up as we head into the afternoon. You're looking live at a picture from Boeing Field. Those 6 jets on the ground, and we'll see them take off from Boeing Field, and in just seconds from their takeoff at Boeing Field, get back over here for Lake Washington and the Seafair Boeing Air Show. I'm here with a special guest, the Breitling Jet Team in from Europe, and this is Jim DiMatteo. He is one of the flyers, one of the pilots with the Breitling Jet Team, their American tour. This is the first time in North America for you guys, but this is a very experienced team.
Absolutely. Actually, I'm the director of the team, so I'm not one of the demo pilots, although a former naval aviator. And my job is actually to run this tour for the next 2 years throughout the United States. On behalf of Breitling, the luxury Swiss brand, for watches and the Breitling Jet Team, we're ecstatic, very, very happy to be here. So thank you. Thank